Hello, what's up, everybody? Welcome to this series on overcoming any objection. Today, we will cover the infamous I don't have
time objection.
So let's preface this with, of course, your attempt to disqualify people from the get-go. That is step number one. A simple question to ask is, of course, aside from time, will my product or my services help solve your problem? If the answer is yes, so if it's a consulting business, right, you could also ask, aside from time, do you see the opportunity with our workshop? Do you see the opportunity with our program? If no, then great, let them go. Don't spend time on someone who does not understand your value. You have to value your time as well, okay? If it is not in their best interests,
Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go.
however, if they do like your opportunity and they do understand your value, say this. Look, your time is essential. It is the only thing you can never get back. So instead, let's do this. Who in your company feels your pains? Who's feeling the same pain point as you? Who else is working out of the Excel sheet? Who else is copying and pasting? Who else is doing the manual work? Prospect goes, well, my developer is exporting my JSON files and converting it into an Excel sheet, and they're spending a lot of time finding keys and values, and it takes them a full day just doing this manual work. Great. Why don't we do this? Introduce your developer over to me. Let me help him connect GitHub, which takes 60 seconds, and you should get your time back. You did say around 5 hours, right? On Excel sheets? No, actually, it's a full day. So that basically means if we remove this whole Excel flow, then you'll get a full day back of your time, and you can spend that day on anything you want, things that actually matter to you personally, not just professionally. Another way of saying this, let's say you are a consultant. Prospect says, I don't have time. And you can say, I don't need your time. Instead, why don't you use me to get your time back so that you can collect money during introductions? Here's what we could do, right? All you need to do is introduce me to your brightest, most ambitious folks in your network, and I'll connect with them on your behalf. I'll show them the program on your behalf. I'll train them on your behalf. And if they close, I'll pay you a bonus per close contract for literally just making a digital warm handshake. And once you see the money coming in from your introductions, you can use that money to help yourself get a VA so that you can have all the time in the world to do what you need to do, and your VA could do all of the tasks that you're spending your time on, which I think is essential for your freedom. That's another example. Tip number 2. I don't have time. I just don't have time. Here's what you could say. You know, in the very beginning, I thought the exact same thing. It sounds like or it almost feels like you're going to put your whole life into building your business. But the reality of this is you only need to invest 30 minutes per week or 30 minutes per day to get your business up and running. Can you invest 30 minutes per day to build your business? That's an example. Of course, you could choose different placeholders and attributes for X and Y. So you could change that to, I understand it feels like a life that you're investing and committing your entire life. The truth is, if you prioritize properly, all you need to do is spend 30 minutes a day to build on overcoming your fear, or to become better at public speaking, or to connect the integration, or to get the right people involved in making the decision to move forward with our product. So there's many ways of doing this, right? So it could be applied to your localization flows, your document flows, your advertising, your marketing strategies, your SEOs, building your business, right? So it only takes X minutes per day, or it only takes 1 hour per week or a couple hours per week to build your business, and then fill in the blanks. Tip number 3. I do not have time. Sometimes, you could say all the things in the world, but this is really one of my favorite responses to I don't have time. I would just stop what I'm doing, look them in the eye, and basically ask, how does that feel? Then you go into a friend mode. What this is it's a reality check mode. You're letting them know, look, man, you are exactly where you are right now because of the decisions that you've made 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 years ago. And where you will be 12 months from now or 6 months from now, this is a direct result from your decision today or lack of decision. So understand that every decision has a consequence. And in this case, making a decision today, that will put you in a position to have more time a year from now, so that you can spend more time on family and the beach with your beer in hand. That is the life right there. Tip number 4. I don't have time. I just don't have time. I don't have time. I don't know what to tell you. In this situation, this is where there's a little more like back and forth going on, and maybe the prospect sounds a little fickle. You just have to be very assertive and ask them, nope, I don't have time. Sorry. Tell me the truth. You don't have time as in you don't have time, or this conversation and this product and this value, it's not worth your time. Apply the Zen method, which is in this video. Okay. Prospect says, okay, you're right. This isn't worth my time. And this is great. So celebration, right? You overcame the timing objection, and now you are back to the value presentation. You're back to value selling. And in the following weeks, I will release a video on value selling. So smash subscribe, and you will get notified on how to sell with value. So tip number 5. I don't have time. Don't say, I don't have time. I don't have time. Okay, this is actually the best tip out of all of them. And thank you so much for sticking around until this point of the video. I don't have time. My response, let's make time. So I've personally made thousands and thousands of calls at Yelp.com. And this is one of the 3 magic words that caught my prospect off guard. The trick here is to smile while you say it. The thing is, at Yelp, we didn't have Zoom, so I had to really smile when I'm on the phone. See, you don't have to be so salesy all the time. Like, if I can show you value, will you do this? We know that line. Some of us already know that line. Sometimes the prospect really just needs some time. as a human being. And they just need to be seen as people, as real human people, not just a prospect. Okay. So that person, if treated like a friend, will begin to reciprocate. Once you catch a smile or you feel that smile, so like, I don't have time. Let's make time. Right? This is when you know that you have the rite of passage to get to know them. Not as a product manager, not as an engineer, not as a company or as their title and role as someone who's buying your software or buying your program, but as a real individual that is giving you some time because they're actually listening to you, right? So, out of all the tips, this is the one that I use the most. It gets the other person to open up and release their guards. And so, give it a try. Ready? This is tip number 6. No, Zen, I just don't have time. Like, you don't understand. I don't have time. So at Yelp, I got this 90% of the time. Out of 100 calls that I would make, they would actually say, not right now. Like, not right now, I'm busy, yo. And then ask them, so when is the right time? When is the right time, Joe? When is the right time? Jasmine? It's funny because they will actually say something like, well, I'll have some time tomorrow at 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. or 5 a.m. tomorrow. And I'll actually go into work. This is at Yelp again, another example, and call them at 4 a.m. And they really did have time at 4 a.m. That's the funny thing. So they were not busy. And so shout out to all my bakers from zip code 94103 Bay Area. They really were at the place of business at 4 a.m. and that was the only time that they had. So sometimes our lovely friends, prospects, they're busy. They're busy human beings. So make time by asking them and work around their schedule. So tip number 6 is work around their schedule. If they don't have time, find out when is the right time. If you like what you've learned today, and I have fun relearning the things I'm sharing with you. I put a lot of heart and effort creating these videos, editing them. Show your appreciation and subscribe. Until then, keep on closing. Peace.